Hello everyone! So I'm here in Antigua, Guatemala. It is bright and early, 7 a.m. and I am about to do my number one bucket list item, which is hiking Acatenango. So I'm doing the hike here through Asoava Tours. You guys, I am so excited. This has been on my bucket list for years and I've been like mentally preparing for this for weeks now. The day is March 6, 2025. And yeah, currently Fuego is not erupting. It hasn't erupted in like a month. I think there's been like little eruptions here and there. And so I'm really hoping that I get to see a little bit of lava today, but we will see. I thought it would be fun to take you guys along with me, document my experience, and show you what it's really like to hike Acatenango. So we arrived at the Asoava office and they gave us breakfast, which was beans, plantain, bread, avocado, and eggs. Included in the tour price was a rental jacket, and then you could also rent additional things like hats, gloves, shoes, walking poles. So at this point, we were all just getting our gear together and preparing our bags. So then we started the hike around 10 a.m. It took us 5.5 hours to climb, including breaks. So this here is just the very beginning of the trek. The terrain is very gravelly, very steep. Some say that this is the hardest part of the trek, and it also doesn't help that there are kind of like crowds of people around as well. So some parts do get a little bit of a traffic jam. So we're at the first rest stop after walking about like 20 minutes, maybe like 25. But there's like food, there's a lot of people. But the view is super nice, so we're just resting here for a little bit. Honestly, so far it is pretty steep, but it's not that bad. I could also just be saying that because I don't have a backpack because I did hire a porter. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Mount Ijen in Indonesia, just with gravel, maybe a little bit more steep and like 4 times as long. No, maybe like twice as long. I don't really know, but yeah, so far so good. We're now in this really narrow section and there's like barbed wire on both sides and there's people coming down as we're coming up, so some traffic jams, but still going strong. We've reached this super nice forest area, and at least it's shaded here, so we're good. I finally put my hair up. She's not looking good, but it's getting hot. Wow, look. That was so beautiful. I think it just stays this steep for the next few hours, but it's okay. So we are, I think, a bit more than halfway. Got about half an hour until dinner, not dinner, lunch. This is the current terrain. At least it's flat. Not really any stairs, which is good. Just flat and uphill, relatively steep, although it's okay. I've just been taking breaks. Highly recommend using sticks if you come and do this. The shoes I'm hiking with are my Merrell Bravada 2s. They're getting quite dirty already, but yeah, the grip is amazing in these. I've been seeing a lot of people are just using like regular running shoes and they're slipping all over the place, but I haven't actually slipped once in these shoes. The grip is super good, so highly recommend. But yes, here we go. I think that this part just before lunch is the hardest part because it's quite steep and all sandy, gravelly, so it's a lot harder to take your steps, but yeah. So now it is lunchtime, which was a very much needed break. We got some meat, rice, veggies, and papaya. So we stopped here for at least 30 minutes and we got a pretty good rest. Some people actually laid down and napped, and then the beautiful views continued shortly after lunch. Things also got a lot easier after lunch. It was a lot less steep. So we just finished lunch. It's about 2 o'clock now, and they told us that we have about an hour and a half left, which is pretty good. Also, it's kind of flat right here. I don't know, maybe it'll get steep again, I don't know, but right now doing good. We made it! Wow. Yes, thank you! Gracias! Wow, you guys, so we made it to the top. There she is. There is Fuego, and it actually is smoking right now. The very end part of that hike was the hard, like, was really hard. It wasn't for long, but it was like super gravelly, super rocky, and very, very difficult. But we made it, and I mean, wow, this is actually amazing. So this is the base camp, and these are the cabins. Very, very small. We fit 4 in one. It's weird. Very, very cozy. Very, very close to each other, but I'm in a group with 4 girls, so, or 3 other girls, so that's perfect. Wow, look! And there she is. So I decided not to hike Fuego. This is it over there, and you can see there are people over there hiking it. They look like little ants. I don't know if you guys can see. It's like right along there. Right along there. But our company did offer us to do, for 50 quetzales more, a sunset hike. It was only like 15 minutes maybe, not even. And we get to come over here and watch the sunset above the clouds, which is literally amazing. The sun is down. It's getting windier and colder. Oh my gosh.
Mais viens, Nini, il y a de la place ici.
Non, mais elle a raison, elle a raison.
Après moi,
Okay. Good morning, everybody. It is 4 a.m. and we are about to leave for the sunrise hike to summit Acatenango. So, this is the view right now. It's a little chilly, but not too bad. It's not super windy. It's a really clear morning. And yeah, we all went to bed at like 8:30 last night. I feel fine, but like my legs don't actually really hurt that bad, but my arms are kind of sore. So yeah, we are going up to catch the sunrise. And yeah, apparently the terrain is just like that very gravelly, sandy terrain, just like the last like 10 minutes of the hike yesterday, and it's an hour and a half up. So this could be kind of difficult. Well, guys, I have some news. I did not make it. So, started the hike. Got probably about 20 minutes in, and then two other girls were talking about turning around, and they decided to turn around. And I was like, you know what, I need to join them. So I had like all my layers on, so I was really, really hot, which made it quite hard. So I was trying to take off my layers, but then I was just having a lot of trouble breathing, and my hands were tingling from the altitude. And just it being so early in the morning, I just really couldn't breathe very well. But turned around, tried. So it is a little bit upsetting. I mean, the sunrise up here is amazing anyways, and Fuego looks amazing and stunning. And yeah, I mean, the sunrise it's gorgeous. We are still literally above the clouds, and I think this is enough for me. Wow, looks so good on this camera. I really hope we get going. Yeah. The sun is up now. Wow. This is amazing. Now for the descent, and wow, it was actually pretty difficult. I couldn't film very much of it because I wasn't feeling very well. More on that later, but yeah, as you can see, it is crazy dusty, super dirty. We were just trying to get down as fast as we could, so I really couldn't film a ton. But yeah, it was like this for pretty much the entire time, just dust everywhere. And the whole hike down took about 3 hours. Guys, I did it. I made it. So I just got back. What time is it? Let me check. It's 10:30. I have a layer of dirt literally everywhere. I'm disgusting. The way down was ridiculously dusty, but And oh my god, so many people fell. And actually one guy fell and broke his leg. Not in our group, but in a different group. We're heading back to the office now to get all the rest of our stuff. Okay guys, so I am now back at my hostel, showered, cleaned because there was dirt, I'm telling you, everywhere between my toes, up my nose, on my face. There was dirt everywhere. And I took a nap and I'm ready to tell you guys about the rest of my experience today hiking down Acatenango, because let me tell you, at the beginning I was struggling. So as you know, for the sunrise hike, I turned around, I did not finish it, and about an hour after that I started to feel really, really sick. It was a mix of like nausea, like I thought I was going to, you know, throw up, but then I also was having like really bad stomach pains, you know. Let's just say, yeah, let's just leave it at stomach problems and stomach cramps that were extremely uncomfortable. Because of that, I could barely eat my breakfast or any snacks. I just had no appetite and I was really scared to eat because I thought, okay, it's gonna come out one way or another. For the first like hour, I would say, of the hike, I was struggling. Like my stomach was aching. It was so like irritating because my body felt fine. Like physically, I was able to hike, you know. For the first bit of the way down, it's pretty easy, but my stomach was just killing me and I was like, at any given moment I could like be sick. Now I don't know if this was a result of the altitude or the altitude sickness pills that I had been taking. Now, the way down was quite intense at some spots. Like after we got past the kind of like chill area in the beginning of it, it was just like very sandy, very gravelly, and just very steep. So your only options were to like take little tiny steps or to like run down certain parts, and I did a mix of both. And I'm telling you, people were falling left and right. Like all the time people were falling, and like I mentioned earlier, a guy even fell and like really injured himself. And apparently that happens about once a week, where someone gets seriously injured and need to be brought down. Some parts it was easier to just run down, and some parts the guides were literally saying like, you can't go slow down this part, you have to run. So now I kind of want to give you guys my final thoughts on the whole experience. First of all, Asoava Tours was really, really great. The guides were super kind, and like I told them that I wasn't feeling well and they totally understood. Like they never seemed like annoyed with us or people that were going kind of slower. They were super nice. Everything was really well organized. The cabins were small and cozy, and I would say it was kind of cold in the cabins for the first little bit. However, as the night went on, I think our body heat really, really warmed it up, and I actually managed to get a really good sleep. The hike is hard, and a lot of that has to do with the altitude. I don't feel that the way up is insane, especially with a porter. It's really manageable. Like it's hard for sure, but you do take a lot of breaks. The way down is hard in a different way. It's not as like hard cardiovascularly, but it's hard mentally and on your legs and your knees because you're constantly trying not to fall. I saw the most beautiful sunset and the most beautiful sunrise, but unfortunately right now Fuego is not erupting. If for you right now Fuego isn't erupting and you're debating on going, I would say to still go, but I do think that a big appeal of it is the lava, and I think I would do it again if it was erupting, but it would need to be far down the future when I forget how rough of a morning I had today. So my loves, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you. If you have any questions at all about the whole experience, comment it down below and I would be happy to answer for you. That was my experience firsthand taking Acatenango in Guatemala. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.